Hi, this is Dr. Asta, and today's class we will be learning about the thenar and hypothenar muscles. So what are thenar muscles? Thenar muscles are the intrinsic muscles of hand which is present towards the lateral side, towards the thumb. So this eminence, a prominent eminence that is here, this eminence is called as thenar eminence, and altogether there are 4 muscles in this. All 4 muscles are named as brevis because it's a short muscle, and these muscles originate from the hand and insert in the thumb. Because these are inserting in the thumb and it acts on thumb movement, it is called as pollicis, because the pollicis is nothing but the other name given for the thumb. Now let's name the muscles. The first muscle is the abductor pollicis brevis. Second one is the flexor pollicis brevis, opponens pollicis, and the fourth one is adductor pollicis. So these are the 4 thenar muscles present in the thenar eminence. Okay, so before starting with the thenar muscles origin and insertion, let us first draw the carpal bones in our hand. So this first one from the lateral side is our scaphoid. This is a lunate. Let's assume it has triquetrum and a pisiform which is sitting on top of it. This one below this, so let's write it: scaphoid, lunate, triquetrum and pisiform. The one which is right below the scaphoid is our trapezium, trapezoid, capitate and hamate. So trapezium, trapezoid, capitate and hamate. And this one is the first metacarpal bone. This is the metacarpophalangeal joint, and this is the interphalangeal joint. So this is the proximal phalanx, this is the distal phalanx. Now let's see the origin and insertion of the muscles. Coming to the first muscle, that is abductor pollicis brevis. Abductor pollicis brevis originates from the scaphoid and trapezium. So from here it goes towards the lateral side and gets inserted in the base of first proximal phalanx. So this is the proximal phalanx, and in the base of it laterally this muscle gets inserted to. So this is our abductor pollicis brevis muscle. Coming to the second muscle, that is opponens pollicis. Opponens pollicis originates from the trapezium bone. So we have our trapezium bone here. It originates from here and gets inserted in the base of first metacarpal, which is here. So this is the metacarpal, this is the base. So it is a very short muscle coming from the trapezium and getting inserted in the metacarpal, first metacarpal base. Now coming to the third muscle, that is flexor pollicis brevis. Flexor pollicis brevis originates from 2 heads. One head is coming from the trapezium bone, which is here. The other head comes from the trapezoid and capitate. So from here and here. So all these heads, it goes up together and gets inserted in the base of the proximal phalanx. So this is the origin and insertion of the flexor pollicis brevis muscle. Fourth muscle is adductor pollicis brevis. Adductor pollicis brevis is a medial muscle. It comes from the medial aspect and gets inserted in the thumb. So it originates from 2 heads. One coming from the base of second metacarpal, base of third metacarpal, and it comes from the capitate bone as well. So from all these places the muscle goes up towards the pollicis or towards the thumb and gets inserted in the base of proximal phalanx here. So this makes our complete thenar muscle origin and insertion. So the 3 muscles which is present laterally, that is abductor pollicis brevis, opponens pollicis and flexor pollicis. These muscles, lateral muscles, are supplied by the lateral nerve of our forearm and hand, that is the median nerve. The only thenar muscle which is present medially, that is adductor pollicis brevis, is supplied by ulnar nerve. Now coming to the other group of muscle, that is hypothenar muscle. It's another eminence which is present in the medial side of our palm, and it also has altogether 4 muscles, and those muscles are abductor digiti minimi, flexor digiti minimi, opponens digiti minimi, and palmaris brevis. So all these muscles have digiti minimi in the end. Digiti minimi is nothing but the little finger, and the first name of it represents the action that the muscle does. The first muscle, that is flexor digiti minimi, is responsible for flexion of the little finger. The abductor digiti minimi is responsible for abduction of the little finger. The opponens digiti minimi is responsible to cause the opponens function or the opposition function, and the last one, that is palmaris brevis, is responsible for helping the palmaris longus in causing the gripping action of the hand. Now let's see the origin and insertion of each muscle individually. So the first muscle is abductor digiti minimi. It originates from the palmar surface of the pisiform bone. Then it moves downwards and gets inserted in the base of proximal phalanx. So the proximal phalanx is here. Now coming to the second muscle, that is flexor digiti minimi brevis. It originates from the hook of hamate bone and medial aspect of the flexor retinaculum. So hamate is the last bone which is here. It originates from the hamate. It goes and gets inserted in the base of the proximal phalanx of the fifth finger. So this black represents our flexor digiti minimi brevis. The third hypothenar muscle is the opponens digiti minimi. Opponens digiti minimi, it originates from the hook of hamate and flexor retinaculum, which is present here. So this is the hook of hamate where it gets originated from. The muscle goes up in the fifth metacarpal bone and gets inserted in the shaft of fifth metacarpal. So this is the metacarpal, fifth metacarpal bone. In the shaft of this metacarpal, it gets originated. Therefore, it's a very short muscle and is responsible for the opposition action of the little finger. The fourth muscle is palmaris brevis, and it originates from the flexor retinaculum and palmar aponeurosis. Palmar aponeurosis is nothing but it's a continuation of the palmaris longus muscle, which continues as a fascia or aponeurosis in the palm, and it helps in the gripping action. So the palmaris brevis muscle, it also originates from the palmar aponeurosis and flexor retinaculum. It goes up and gets inserted in the skin of the hypothenar muscle. So it's a muscle, it's a very short muscle and a very superficial muscle originating from the aponeurosis and getting inserted in the skin of the hypothenar muscle. All four of the hypothenar muscles, the flexor digiti minimi, abductor digiti minimi, opponens digiti minimi, and the palmaris brevis, all four of them are supplied by ulnar nerve, and it's very easy to understand because the hypothenar muscles are present in the medial aspect, and ulnar nerve also runs towards the medial side. The whole medial part, the whole medial eminence of it is supplied by ulnar nerve. I hope the practical demonstration of it has made it easier for you to understand it. Please try it drawing on your hand so that you can easily memorize the origin and insertion of it and understand where exactly which muscle is present. With this, I would like to end the video. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe my channel. Thank you. Bye-bye.